What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the crap. Okay, wait. We've got this. We've got this. Oh, I'm still recording. Okay, I was just in my own world. I did not know I was recording. Hold on, let me pause this. I'm sweating. I don't know why. It's supposed to be cold, but I'm like sweating, so hold on. I feel like I want to click one more picture. I don't think it came out very well. Okay, so it's like this, and then I think it came out well. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Wait, like this, and then we tilt my head a little bit, and then okay, I think I got a good pick, guys. I think I got a good pick. Nah, it doesn't look nice with any filters. Okay, let me tag myself and then we will get to this video. Hold on. All right, guys, let me just switch on the fan. It's really hot. Okay, guys, I wasted so much time. Let's get into the video today, okay? I have shot reels. I have done so many other things. I should probably get to the video, so hold on. Oh, but you can't deny that everything's looking really good. Like, my hair is falling, which it usually doesn't right after I've taken a shower. It just becomes, I don't know what it becomes, but it becomes like a frizzy mess. But today it's falling really well, and I'm just like, you surprise me. You surprise me all the time. Okay, so let's get into today's video. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the Marketing Nomad, and my name is Prit. I'm the author of 0 to 4 Figures. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a podcaster. I'm an Etsy shop owner. I'm a Skillshare teacher. I'm a digital entrepreneur and a business owner as well. And on my YouTube channel, I usually have weekly vlogs showcasing different aspects of my life, and I show you a couple of behind the scenes. So in today's video, it's going to be more of a sit down, and I'll explain why. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the different formats that my book is available, and it is available worldwide right now. I'm going to put the list of countries right over here, and if you find your Amazon marketplace on here, do go and grab a copy. I'm so excited to hear your thoughts on my book. Okay, so now let's get into what essentially I have planned for this video is, as I'm going through my book, I thought I would share the entire process of how I wrote it, or what was my thought behind it. I thought that would be a really nice video for me to also look back on at some point. So are we ready? Let's go. And of course, now let me show you me opening the proof copies. Fun fact about that, we will start with fun facts, okay? And then you count how many fun facts I've actually given through this entire video, and let me know in the comments, okay? Fun fact, I actually recorded that before I fell sick. So I recorded that like 10 days earlier, and then I felt really sick. I was down with viral flu, then I was down with severe stomach flu. I'm feeling a good 10 on 10 today, but I was knocked out. Like, the meds were really strong. I was on antibiotics, and because the meds were so strong, I was also having a big migraine. So basically, I was knocked out for 10 days. I did not do any work. I could not even get out of bed. And today actually marks the first day of me getting back into work. So you're also gonna see me that way. And because I'm just getting back into work, I also wanna keep things a little light for me. I don't want to stress myself too much. That's why it's gonna be a sit down video today, and also probably for the next week. And then we will go back to the normal kinds of vlogs that I'm doing, at least for the next 2 weeks. I don't think I'll be going outside to eat, so even vlogging at restaurants is probably not a good idea. I gotta give my tummy a little bit of rest, okay? So let me show you me unboxing the proof copies. I got a total of 11 of them, but I managed to unbox only 2 of them because after that I fell really sick. So I'm gonna show you that video. Hope you enjoy it, and then we'll get back to me explaining different formats of my book. Are you guys ready for the first look of my book? There you go, guys. 0 to 4 Figures, Lessons Learned by a Broke CEO. Okay, now that you're back, I hope you enjoyed that section of the video. So the first version is, of course, the paperback version. And like, you know, it's absolutely amazing for me to have my book in my hand. I cannot even begin to explain what that is. This is a culmination of almost 30 years of my life. And fun fact is that for my 29th year, last year, October 2021, I decided, I just woke up one day and I decided that for my 30th birthday, my birthday gift to myself would be the title of author. And it was during that period, it was during October, I had the hairline fracture as well, if you guys remember this video. And I decided during that time that I would actually get back to writing, because I started writing January 2021, I stopped writing in April, and then I started back up during the hairline fracture period, which was October of last year. And it's September now, and I have officially given myself my birthday gift already. So that's a little bit of a fun fact. Let me actually go over what the cover is about and the process that went behind designing my cover. So I'm the cover designer of my book. Yeah, I know, that's pretty awesome. Frankly, I did hire a cover designer. Another fun fact, I did hire a cover designer first, but I wasn't very happy with that direction. I had a very, very firm direction of what I wanted my book cover to look like, and I didn't trust myself enough to design the book cover, even though, well, as a marketer, there is a couple of things that I have designed before. I have that creativity. I've designed billboards, I've designed social media posts, so I did have that knack for creativity, but I guess, you know, well, imposter syndrome kind of knocks around every single time it wants to. But after I wasn't satisfied with that creative direction, and this does not reflect their capabilities because they were really good, it's just it wasn't aligned to what I had envisioned for my book. So I sat down one day, and actually took a couple of days. I sat down and I designed my book, and then I got a proof copy version of it just to see how it looks on the book and whether I liked it. And I really, really liked it a lot, so I decided to go with the version that I designed. So that's a little bit of a tidbit about the cover design. Now let me go into my thought process behind designing the cover for my book. So if you see 0 to 4 figures, there's a reason why that is the title of the book. A lot of people have asked me, well, why is it 0 to 4 figures? Why not 0 to 6? And there is a reason behind it. That is the whole reason why I wrote the entire book. So I'm not going to explain it now in the video, but be sure to get your copy. I'm going to put the links in the description box below. Be sure to get your copy and let me know your thoughts about it. So now we come to the part that everyone's really, really excited about, and that is the lessons learned by a broke CEO. And frankly, there are a number of reasons why I actually put in that as my subtitle. One, it was true that I was broke. I started out broke, and there were periods in between the last 3 years where I have been broke. So that was one aspect, to highlight the fact that I was broke. That was one thing. Second, to add a layer of humor to the entire cover, because even though this is a business book, it is funny in certain aspects, and not many business books out there have that sense of humor. So I wanted to give my readers a glimpse of what they could expect from my book, you know, the tone, the personality of my book, and all of those things. So that was one more reason. The third reason, and probably the most important reason, is because there's a lot of stigma when it comes to being an entrepreneur. Everyone seems to think that you are doing much, much better than what you are doing. And because everyone perceives that way, there's an insane amount of pressure on entrepreneurs such as myself to, I guess, maybe feel weird or not happy about where we currently are at. And I think I wanted to remove the stigma of being broke as an entrepreneur, because part of my journey. I mean, that is a reality of it, and I wanted to remove that stigma and let people know that it is okay if there's something that you cannot afford for your business at the moment. It is okay if you are broke at the moment. It is okay, because this is a part of the process. This is part of your journey, and you have to own up to it. You have to accept it, and you have to be proud of it as well, you know, that you are managing whatever it is that you are trying to do with maybe a limited bank balance, or maybe you are trying to balance it all. I think that those are achievements. I really think that those are success stories that we need to be proud of. So these were the 3 reasons that went behind the very way that my subtitle is written. And I think that for me, when I designed my book cover, I was very, very intentional about it. I really, really wanted representation. For me, that was the most important thing. And representation matters because when you see someone who looks like you out there succeeding or doing things that you really want to do, it helps you believe that you can do it. When you don't see representation, when you don't see other people like you doing the things that you really want to do, I think that the barrier to overcome that limiting belief is much, much, much bigger. And I will get into it when I come to talking about labeling my business, labeling my book business, but we will get to that. But for me, I think that was very, very important to have representation, because growing up, it was a very, very rare sight to see someone who looked like me on the cover of a business book. And it still is, to be very honest with you, it still is a rare sight. And in my own way, I wanted to make a difference. So my book cover, if you see the Indian girl or the Indian woman on the cover, it's a message to Indian girls and Indian women out there that today there is a book out there with a girl on the cover who looks just like you. And that also brings me to the bottom, where there's a slight description of, like a small description of what my book is about. It says New Age Digital Entrepreneurship Stories and Lessons by a 20-something Indian girl turned CEO. And for me, every single word on there is very, very intentional, because I wanted to let people know that 1, I'm a millennial, number 2, I'm a woman, number 3, I'm an Indian, and number 4, I am a CEO. So that is how intentional I was with the book cover. And I don't know if any of you have noticed, but I'm going to share this. There's a reason why it's white and then the sides are black. And I think that represents the start of my entrepreneurial journey. I managed to find brightness and the light when I was covered in darkness. So for me, this is me peeking out of the darkness. So that also went into the thought process. That's why there's a black line here, there's a black line here, and the rest of the book is black. And of course it is black because, well, that is one of my brand colors. It represents the professionalism that I bring to the table, my company brings to the table. Each color has its own meaning for my company, so for my personal brand. So black represents professionalism that I bring to the table and the power that I believe myself to have. Okay, so that is the meaning of the color black for my branding. Then of course we have my name over here, and the yellow again speaks out about finding the light, finding sunshine in darkness. And if you read my book, you will know that that is a part of my story. And frankly, it is the story of my life. And I was on a podcast interview yesterday, and there was one question, you know, if you were to give a theme for your life, what would it be? And if I were to give a theme for my entire life, it would be, and in quotes, it did not happen that way. And I think my entire book cover represents my life, and it represents the pattern that my life has taken up until now. Okay, so that is the front cover. Those are the fun facts about my front cover. I have absolutely no idea what's the count of fun facts we're doing now. But now let's get to the spine. So the spine is pretty simple. Wait, which side is it? Okay, wait. The spine is pretty basic. It's just got the title, subtitle, and my name. So pretty basic there, not going to explain that too much. And then we come to the back. So again, I wanted this part. So yes, first let me talk about the style of writing that I've done for my book blurb. It's different because it's written in first person, and usually the norm when it comes to business books is that the back is written by a third person in a third person format. But I intentionally kept it as first person because my entire book is like a story. There are many stories, and it's all written in first person. So again, I wanted to give the reader a look and feel to what they can expect from the book. And even the style of how I've written the yellow portion, it's my personality that's been put out there, and it's the personality that is consistent throughout the book because, well, that's kind of my personality and my personal branding as well. And then we come to me over here, and of course just description of myself. That's just how it is. And of course my company logo right over here. Now let me talk about labeling my book as a business book. If you see over here, it is a business book. Now, one thing that really stood out to me when I was registering my book, so every book, whether it's paperback or hardcover or audiobook, it needs to be registered. And when you are registering it, you actually give it a category. And for me, I mean, you guys know how bold I am. I'm a risk taker. I'm quite strong as a person as well. And I actually hesitated in that moment to label it as a business book because it's not that common for a woman to be writing a business book and to be putting it out there internationally. And there was that moment of hesitation, and it was in that moment that it actually hit me, it actually hit me how we are so conditioned by the society, and we don't even realize it. I mean, regardless of which gender you identify with, there are certain conditions, certain stigmas that the society puts on you that you don't even realize until it comes to these pivotal moments. And I'm really glad I said, no, this is a business book. I'm putting it out there. I have to do this. And then I took that step forward. But there was a moment of hesitation. There really was. And for me, that was very surprising because for the most part, I'm a trailblazer. I know who I am. I'm a risk taker. I just do whatever I want to. But in that moment, it was like, there was that thought that, what are people going to say, And it's just how deep the conditioning is. And I think that you and I, regardless of which gender you identify with, I think it's on to us to move past those moments of hesitation, move past it, and just do whatever the hell that you want to do either way. Okay? And I'm really glad I did that. I'm really glad that I can show you over here as an example that this is something that happened to me and I moved past it. I moved past that moment of hesitation, and I hope that inspires you to move past those moments of hesitation that you may feel because of maybe the conditionings of the society, your own limiting beliefs, or the stigma that just surrounds who you are as a person. So yeah, I wanted to share that. Hi guys, this is Prit in editing, and I wanted to come on here just to clarify a message, just in case this was a thought that was in your head. So yes, I 100% agree and acknowledge that there are amazing business books that are written by women out there. But if you take a step back and compare the ratio of business books written by men to business books written by women, you will notice that it is not that common, and the ratio is tilted way too much on the other end of the scale, okay? And not just that, frankly, as I'm editing this, I also want to add that the fact that I was an Indian woman writing a business book and putting a business book out there internationally, that added a layer of hesitation and limiting belief for me as well, because that is even more uncommon. And frankly, these are things that are supposed to empower you, being a woman, being an Indian woman. And there was that moment of hesitation, and that's exactly what I talk about in this video as well. So just wanted to clarify in case that thought was in your mind, and wanted to put my thoughts in a more clear form just in case, okay? And then of course we have the book. So it starts off with the reviews from my beta readers. I wanted to put it as the first page because for me it was kind of like tipping my hat to my beta readers and thanking them for everything that they have helped me with to make my book what it is today. And frankly, my book wouldn't be what it is today without their comments, their feedbacks, their honest thoughts, you know, telling me that, Prit, this isn't working, I think you got to remove this. Prit, this is working really, really well, but I hope you can explain it a little bit better. Or Prit, the figures are working so good, you need to have more of those. You know, those are the little comments that I have, to my best abilities, incorporated it into my book. And for me, that was my way of thanking them, you know. They have helped me so much, and they have done it so selflessly. It was just out of their care and concern for me to put my book out there, and that really touched my heart. It really did. So for me, it starts off with the reviews, and then we move into the copyright, of course, then the acknowledgement. I'm not going to share it here. I want you guys to read it. It's very dear to my heart. And then we go to the table of contents. There are 8 chapters. So the first chapter, so basically it starts off with the introduction, and I give a short, well, it's not short, it's about 3 small chapters long. It's about, I think, 10 pages long of the circumstances that led to my entrepreneurial journey. For those of you who don't know, and of course if you've read the back of my cover, you will know that, and actually I'll read it out to you. So after completing her Master of Business Administration MBA in New York, a 20-something Indian girl learns that her work visa wasn't processed. So what happens when she's forced to leave the United States of America, her best friends, an amazing job, and a place she called home for 3 years? I'll tell you. She becomes the CEO and goes by an online pseudonym, the Marketing Nomad. In case it wasn't evident, that girl is me. So the circumstances that led to my journey, I think it was very important for me to put it out there because, one, my journey started with a lot of pain, a lot of anguish, a lot of anger as well. And I think that that pain, that anger, that frustration, that anguish, in a lot of ways has kind of intertwined into my entrepreneurial journey as well. So for you to understand how my entrepreneurial journey has been for the last 3 years, it's very important for you to understand where I came from and how it even started. So the first 10 pages are just the story and how I basically made the decision to start my own business. And then we go into chapters. There are 8 chapters. 8 chapters, these are basically areas that I believe to be integral to the holistic growth of any entrepreneur out there. So there are 8 of them, and then each chapter has sections, and each section has a story from my life, from the almost 30 years of my life, and that story leads up to a lesson that is part of my entrepreneurial journey. So I'll just read out the chapter names. So there is self-love, that's chapter 1. There is positive mindset, chapter 2. There is business strategy, chapter 3. There is marketing, chapter 4. There is growth mindset, chapter 5. There is money mindset, chapter 6. There is relationships, chapter 7. And then there is losses and wins, chapter 8. And of course I end with my acknowledgements, and these are the people who've been a part of my life for the last almost 30 years, and they've helped me in unimaginable ways. And I wanted to take the time and the pages to thank them for their contribution for my life and the person that I am today. So that is my paperback, and that's a couple of fun facts that I do have for you. One question that a lot of people have asked me is, which is my favorite section? And I'll tell you, it is 1.12 if I'm not wrong. Hold on, wait. Yeah, it is 1.12. It's in chapter 1 and it's the 12th section in chapter 1, and it is give yourself space and time to recognize your passion. That is the favorite section of mine of the entire book, because frankly, if there was one thing, just one thing that I could go back in time and tell my 20-year-old self, it would be this very section. So this section is very dear to my heart because I really, really wish that I had read something like this when I was 20, when I was lost, when I was trying to figure out my life and everything was just one mess after the other. So for me to have written it, I think that it was a message to my younger self, frankly. So that section 1.12 is very, very dear to my heart. Of course, the entire book has its moments for me, like, you know, the moment that I wrote it, the moment that I laughed while writing it, and all of those things, it does. But this particular section, it's my letter to my younger self, I guess I would say. So it's very dear to me. Okay, so yeah, that's a little bit. And then let's go to the other format of my book that is available, and that is the hardcover with a dust jacket. So there's one with a dust jacket, there's one without a dust jacket. So the one with a dust jacket, it's hold on, let me actually change the camera angle so that you guys will be able to see it. So the front looks pretty much the same, okay? The front looks pretty much the same, it's the same thing, but on the side it opens up to the flap, and I actually like that for this book it's a little different because I write on top, change the narrative of your entrepreneurial journey, and that is something that I've actually only written in the book and on my website, but I haven't written it on as a description for any of the other versions of the book. So this is the difference between this and the other versions. And then of course there's a description on the side, and then the spine is pretty much the same. Actually, I haven't changed that. Yes, I designed this as well. I designed all the formats. And then the back has a shortened version of the description. It doesn't have the entire thing because one part of it comes in the flap and then one part of it comes at the end. Of course, we have the category of my book, then we have my company logo, and then on the end we have me and my author description and where people can find me. So that little marking that you see over there is just a code for me to recognize that this is, one, a final version of the book, and number two, it is my copy, because very soon I'm pretty sure my room is going to be populated with different copies, be it for signed copies or just other versions, whether it's my parents' book or it's for someone else that I'm trying to gift, or they've ordered a signed copy, which of course if you want a signed copy, I'll put the link in the description box. You can get your signed copy as well. So my book, it's probably coming in about 10 or 15 days, and I'll do a small video on that as well. But there's going to be a huge stack of books in my room, and I just wanted to make sure that my copies were separate from those other copies as well. So this is the one with the hard jacket. And then we come to the version without the dust jacket. This is pretty much the same as the paperback, no difference at all. And yeah, there's actually no difference at all. And in terms of the quality of the pages, all of them are pretty much on par. So internally, there's no difference. Just externally, the look and the feel is a little bit different. And of course, the last version is the ebook, and that will be available on your Kindle. I don't have a Kindle, so I can't really show you, but it's, again, the same thing. It's got the front cover and then the entire book. So yeah, that's actually the different formats that my book is available. It is live now across the world. It's not just available on Amazon, it's also available on other platforms. Off the top of my head, I guess I would say Barnes & Noble, Kobo, these are all, it's all available online for these platforms at this moment. And yeah, that's one more thing. And just a small request for all of you out there, if you've bought my book, if you've purchased my book and you really like it, please do leave me a review. I'm a self-published author, and for me, reviews really help a lot. It helps me help more people with my book. And not just that, if you really like my book, here's another small request. If you really like my book, do go into your local bookstores, your libraries, let them know that this book is really nice, you liked it, and they should probably have it for other entrepreneurs or their students as well. All they will do is they will actually just take the number that's on the code, and then they will get a copy for themselves. And most of the times my book is not stocked in bookstores and libraries because they just don't know it exists. But the minute they know it exists and they hear that someone has been positively impacted by the book, they are more than willing to actually put my book out there. So again, usually the bigger publishing companies, they do this. They actually individually reach out to bookstores and stuff like that. But because I'm a self-published author, there is only so much I can do. So this is my big request. If you really like my book, please do go into your local bookstores, go to local libraries, let them know that my book exists. All they need is the ISBN number. It's the number on the code, and they will be able to get the book for themselves. Let them know what the book is about. Let them know your thoughts. The minute they realize that, you know, my book can positively impact their community and their audience, then they would be more likely to put my book in stores. And that's just another way for you to help me help more people with my book as well. So yeah, that actually brings me to the end of this video. I really hope you liked it. For this video and of course the next video, I'm trying to take this a little bit light, so it's going to be sit down videos, but then after I get into my normal routine, it will be more vlog style. So thank you guys so much for watching all the way up until here. If you've purchased a copy, thank you so much for that. Thank you for supporting me as a self-published author. I really hope you enjoy reading the book. Please do let me know your comments. You can reach out to me on my various platforms. Either let me know in the YouTube comments, I do read them. Let me know on Instagram. This is my Instagram account. On LinkedIn, where else, you know, wherever you can catch me. You can also send me an email. I'm going to put that in the description box below. So all of the links are in the description box below. Feel free to reach out to me. Let me know your thoughts. Just say hi to me. I would be so happy to connect with you on any or all of my platforms as well. So I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying healthy. I will catch you in my next video. Bye.